What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the new year. It is going to be my first trading day of the new year here. Revamped everything, took a deep look at my stats, rearranged which stats I'm taking track of. Did a lot of review, a lot of reading. I'm not going to get into it too much, I guess. The yearly review isn't super special or anything like that. I just kind of did it. I didn't really type anything up. I didn't really make any videos. I just kind of did my own thing, stuck with it, saw what I needed to see. Really nothing too significant, besides one thing. Mainly my risk management towards the end of the year was getting really ugly. My average risk that I took for my winners in December was like $100 or like $60 or something, and then the average risk I took for losers was like $130. So it means that my winners were much smaller than my losers were usually in that case. So I just need to make sure that I'm using appropriate size, making my stop loss right. Same drill. It's just kind of weird. My trade management was great, but my risk management was bad, so it kind of flipped my P&L a little bit. But opening right now, plenty of stuff to look at. Roku was the big one I was looking at here for something over 37. I'm not trying to go too huge with the size here. Wanting to take it relatively easy. I took a 2-week break, so definitely going to be kind of iffy coming back into some things here. He's looking pretty good here, though. Let's go about 250. I'm getting close already. Ooh, somebody just took that big buyer out. Could be a problem. Getting closer here. More buyers stepping up. Can't quite get above this level yet. There we go, I'm in. Oh, Baba just cratered there for a second. You see a good push here. It looks like anything in the 60s I need to get out. See, oh, okay, we broke it. That's good. A little too slow. That's alright. Starting the year with a win, I'll take it. Not huge size or anything, so nothing too special about it, really. Really nice break, though. That is good. My SMB VWAP trades were the MVP of the year for sure. I was looking at the stats on those, and I finished the year at plus 38R on just those SMB VWAP strategies. Completely flipped everything. Where usually it was my gap and go that was the best performer. Now it's my SMB VWAP, so I know that I'm definitely getting better at trade management, risk management. My whole idea around entering as close as I can to support or resistance is definitely working out really well. So I know I'm on the right track with that. Alright, so the SPY is holding a little bit here, nothing too special though. I know the SPY needs to get above 254 if it really wants to start looking like it wants to move higher. If not, SPY is definitely going to be a good short case as well, because it's been kind of sideways for the past week or so. Sage, Low volume, huge spread. I just missed it. See what happens up here though. This could be interesting. It's right at 150, a big psychological number. Nope, busting through already. Roku's not too bad for an opening range play. Volume's decreasing though a little bit. Come back to view app. I'm trying some new tea in the morning. I usually drink some green tea. This time I got lemon with caffeine in it. I can't tell if it's the trading making my heart race or the caffeine, but probably a good case of both. It's a little too early for a view app bounce play here. SPY's also turning down. Not seeing a lot of clean stuff right now. Things are pretty ugly. Kind of all over the place. Yeah, big red bar from the SPY. Oh man, I just switched to Tesla right as it was breaking down. That looked pretty. God, look at that. Does that look that good? Maybe not. Anyway, as soon as I typed it in to look at it, that's what happened. Alright, Loxo's getting bought out at 235, but because it's such a high price stock, there's just enough, what's the word? Price arbitrage in here to make it jump around. I mean, it's already got a range of about $3. CLVS still nothing pretty. Roku holding this 37 here. Low 93, so about 90 is my stop loss. That might have been it. I mean, it came down there twice and retested. Good volume too. I mean, that was probably my chance. Jeez. Wow. Yeah, that was definitely my chance. Alright, pretty ugly charts to this open. Lots of chop. Not really following the SPY too much. This is a really good breakout though. There might be, I don't know. Got above main and high day, came back, pulled back. If it comes back to VWAP, I don't know if I still am interested in this. Well, Sage is coming back to VWAP here. I'm gonna have to use a limit order because I don't want to pay for that spread. If it gets down to VWAP, I need to look for a bounce, something to hold a lot of buying on the tape. I can probably get an order. She's probably 50 shares. I think if I'm lucky, I can probably get about 150.60. That'd be my best bet. Limit's gotta be pretty big too. And it might not get all the way down. Let's see. Wow, Netflix is really strong right now. I'm surprised Netflix is really strong. It's been bought up pretty hard over the past couple weeks here. I mean, it hasn't been turned red at all, and we're still seeing strength at the open here. I don't want to switch away. Something's going on here. Clearly it's trying to get above this here at 50. Yeah, SPY's turning up too. Might be helping it break finally. Yeah, there's the push. I think I might have just missed it. Well, let me see what happens on a pullback. So risk might be about Sage never came back. Ooh, very low volume on Sage though. That's pretty good looking. Yeah, Netflix is probably gonna go here. SPY's just strong pulling it up. Pretty just ugly. Yeah, see, now it's the problem situation again. I remember looking back at my old videos, when this whole review that I was doing, there were a couple situations where it made that failed push higher. You know, it broke out of this range, but I was still buying it on the pullback from VWAP. I think I'd still like it enough if it got down there to do it, but I just know from past mistakes that, you know, more often than not, they turn out to be losers. But either way, Netflix is really strong here, regardless of what the SPY's doing. Still think it's got a good shot here. But need to see it down by 304 first. And if it fails this move, it could be a good short. And it doesn't look like it's failing. Oh yeah, SPY's really strong right now. Solid move. Real good move, jeez. Decent volume too. Facebook not acting too strong here. We just got this failed push higher out of this. I think there might be a good short in here somewhere. See if it gets the VWAP, it's about 20 cents. Like a 20, I can go 300 here. See what happens. I want to see it get above VWAP. I want to see it in about the 20s, maybe the 30s, and start failing. Because SPY's pretty strong. It's kind of curling back down. And Facebook just doesn't really seem to care what it's doing. So we'll see right here. I'm going for this. Very close. SPY's very strong right now. Is what it is. Too bad. Just looks like a mess to take this thing long. I mean, that's good volume here too. It might want to hold this. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the SPY was just strong enough for it to really start pulling Facebook with it. Nvidia's pulling down here towards VWAP again after breaking out. This looks pretty good too here. See what happens. I need to see something. I need to see something twice here. I need to see a touch VWAP at least twice. So this is kind of the first case here. So it does look like it likes the 70. Don't go yet. Alright, so I want to see about the 70s. Stop loss might be about 59. I think it might be risking about 40 cents here. So about 150 is right where I should be. Low volume here. It's kind of synced up with the SPY, so it makes it a little harder. I don't think I'm going to get the bounce that I want here. No. Should avoid it. It's going to break higher. Why do you do that? If it's going to break higher out of this range and come back, then I definitely don't want to be long in it. Yeah, Facebook's still moving up. No volume there. What is Sage doing? Lower relative volume, much lower here. This is actually not that bad. I'm gonna take this. Oh, come on. If I can get filled here. Only a little bit. I mean, it's just a really good entry. Stop loss will be below this 150 because it looks like it's struggling here. Oop. Oh, shit, that is not what I want. Ah, damn, dude. Took too long. That's what I get. SPY's curling down. It's just kind of hard to judge it because the spread, I mean, it's $1. Just gotta kind of deal, but I mean, it doesn't look like the trade's over yet. I mean, it's still low volume here. It might be trying to bottom out. SPY just got really strong here. See if I can get filled on it again. With 20 coming up on it, I like it. I mean, there's no volume down here. There's the 20, so now I need to see something right now. SPY looks like it's getting ready to take off. That doesn't really mean too much for Sage. I mean, it hasn't done anything to begin with. I don't think it means that it will keep following it. Yeah, if it fails here, I mean, it's gonna fail. I don't think I like it for enough for a short. I still like it for a long, though. I mean, it's just got this low volume base in here. I think we're just waiting for some kind of kickoff here. Oh, SPY, what is going on? Well, that ain't helping at all. Jeez. Well, SPY turned down super hard out of nowhere. It just failed and came right back to view up in yesterday's close, and it definitely did not help. Alright, now it's getting to the point where it's just consolidating under view app too much. On this low volume, it's telling me nobody wants to buy. So now, kind of the opposite end of things. I think I am looking for a short here. I think I gotta use a limit still. I want to see a push above 151.50, and then as soon as that fails, that would be my trigger. SPY just really turned red here. Don't do it yet. Struggling with this 41, it looks like. I need to see that view app test first. It's like nobody is buying this right now. And the SPY is just dropping. Okay, it's close. You can see it in 151s. Come on. There it goes. Alright, nothing there. Definitely missed that one. So ISM. So came up, started consolidating here, made a little push above, came back underneath, failing to get underneath this, but we're closing underneath view app each and every time here. This could be a good short, could be a good long. SPY's just dropping though. If it's good long, I need to see it break above view up and fail. Probably get a market here. Probably go 250. I'm not gonna go crazy. You can see it in 30s, 40s. It's taking its time. Really low volume here. There's 30s, 40s, 47. It's not looking too good here. Very slow. Doesn't like that 50. It's decent volume though. Yeah, it's brick above. I don't know. There might have been a good situation for a long, but I want to see those fake tells first. Still could be a good short here. I don't know, this is good volume. I think if I short this, I'm just kind of fighting myself here. There's definitely a trade in here somewhere. This 50 is pretty important. I think I'm just gonna come back to this in a little bit. I'm gonna see how price action plays out. Okay, I'm looking at Apple here. It's kind of starting to fail. The SPY's been really strong lately, and Apple just hasn't had it. I think it's been waiting for the SPY to maybe start curling down, which is what looks like happening right now. Stop at 47. I'm thinking, we're already in the 20s here. The SPY's starting to curl down. But Apple's starting to hold here a little bit. Looking for anything on the tape here. I'm starting to see these 30s are holding. It might wanna move higher here. Yeah, we're starting to close above it now. Let's see what happens. This push right here. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one because the volume's already there on this one too. Nope, Apple wants to be along. We'll see what happens a little bit on. Could definitely be a good pullback long here somewhere. I think I like Netflix for a short here. I know this 50's coming up on it, so I'm gonna have to wait a little bit. But So far the price action looks really good here. The SPY is turning down. It's bouncing off a VWAP right now. I wanted to see Netflix kind of consolidate and get stuck in here for a while. But I'm liking the volume. It's pretty low, relatively low on this push. We had a nice breakdown out of this range here. Stop loss is going to have to be about 83-ish. But the SPY is getting bought up, and it looks like it's holding this VWAP here. It just made 2 hammer candles. So I might not get this drop that I'm looking for. Plus with this 50 coming up on it like this, I want to wait. I don't want to get in too early on it. I want to make sure that I'm taking the best. So far it's looking pretty good here. If anything, I guess I got a new range that I can look for a fake push from. Because originally I was looking for it here. This isn't too much though. This is 307 clearly here. Been acting as pretty good support and resistance. So we'll see what it does if it wants to get up there again and test it. Because now the SPY, I'm gonna just bring it over. 2 hammer candles, stuffed, still bouncing though. And FX definitely reacts to it. Yeah, this could be what I'm looking for right here. There's a big green candle. The FX still not liking this 307. We didn't close above it. Starting to turn here. Stop loss definitely gotta be above 307. Well, I mean, the SPY's got to fail too. I mean, if the SPY is strong, it's just going to bring Netflix with it, so it doesn't make sense to short anything. And I don't think I'm going to get it. Looking at Apple here, there could be a short in here somewhere for the symmetrical triangle breakdown. Apple's breaking down here right now. God. The SPY is just making these big whips all over the place. So I can go for the breakdown out of this thing, but really nice entry would be somewhere around this 26 here. We just popped up above. I mean, we're still struggling at this 40. Oh my God. Struggled to get under this 10 level too. It's coming back though. I can definitely get pretty big if I'm entering up here too. 5-minute chart's definitely on my side here. The 9 is just underneath it, but it's gotten under it plenty of times here. Though I don't like the, this was a 5-minute engulfing candle here too. And we just faked out going lower. If anything, this might actually be a good long right now. fake going lower, bought back up after a bullish engulfing candle. Guess we'll see what it does on this end too. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty bullish sign there. SPY's helping a little bit, but I mean, hasn't really been influencing Apple at all today. I don't know. I don't think I have a trade here. Just not reading price action too well today. I've had a few instances already where I think it's good short and it ends up being a good long. It's still being held up by these moving averages, but it's just not breaking away here. We got decreasing volume. I don't know if it wants to hold this. I don't know. Still think I need to wait. Alright, well, I'm watching MU here. SPY's just ripping up towards new high day for the past, I don't know, almost 20 minutes here. The SPY's just been a straight line up. But MU just doesn't quite have it. It's just not the same strength. I'm just not seeing that it wants to keep moving higher here, but at the same time, it's also not moving lower. I mean, we keep making higher lows each and every time here. I think there might be a good breakout here at some point. I've been seeing the same thing on the tape, though. For the most part, just the sell side's been much bigger than the bid. So I'm not really sure which way this one wants to go. It could just be waiting for a breakout. It might just want to go back lower, but I think ultimately there's more bullish signs than bearish. I mean, we got the whole number right underneath. We got the 5-minute 9 EMA underneath. We got decreasing volume here. So something's going on right now. But I can't figure out which way I want to take this thing. Let's see what it does right here at 34 again. I am getting under it. If this doesn't want to break down and come back up, that might be the sign to get in. Buyers here. Seeing plenty of buyers here, but now we're headed lower. The SPY's curling down too, so I mean it's helping. Yeah, everything's curling lower. Decent volume on this move too. I don't know, it's in a really weird spot right now. Because the 9 it's getting below the 9 now. We got view app right here, and I mean plenty of points of support. Look at that, made 5 higher lows, and now we're breaking down. I don't know. I'd like to see a 34 retest. And then I'd like to see the SPY start failing too and moving lower. mean, it's got to be weak right now because the SPY's been super strong. Nothing's pulling MU up. So it's got to be weak. I mean, clearly we're breaking lower underneath this. Still the same scenario here. That's not enough of a pullback for me. See what happens at 34 here. If we start looking pretty bearish at 34, definitely be interested in getting in. I think my stop loss is going to be about 9 to start. I mean, so far, that was it, I guess. I don't know. Couldn't get what I wanted, so just gotta let it go. Okay, looks like I actually might be getting my retest after all here. But, you know, same situation like I was talking about earlier today. We already had this breakdown underneath it, and it's kind of getting bought back up, so, I mean, that short might be failing here. SPY's not looking terrible for a short. I mean, it's right at a big resistance spot. Low volume on this pullback here. I haven't seen it touch 34 yet, though. Might not get 34. That's big sell order. Buyers just popped up there. Huge there. All right, test above 34. Still seeing a bunch of buyers here. Looks like they keep stepping up too. But I don't want to. I don't have a reason to go long here. Let's see. That is definitely the top trend line. I mean, this could be the new bottom. It's good volume on that pullback here. SPY just broke main new high day. Looks like we're getting back underneath 34. But these buyers are still here. And the SPY's got really good volume up here too. Pretty much all the FANG stocks are trading away from VWAP, so I don't really have any trades on them. Just looks like MU is the only thing here. I mean, this is a pretty good sign again. because SPY's ripping up new high day. MU just doesn't have it. SPY's there at 90. Well, geez, I guess that was it again. I mean, I gotta get in if I want it, but I mean, I don't know. It's just not that great. There's good volume here. I don't know. It might do the same thing. I might want to start consolidating underneath here and give me another super tight risk reward scenario. We'll see. Alright, watching MU for a chance to get short here. I want to see it get up to about this 90 again. It just came touch view app once. Might be getting ready to do it again here. Yes, it is. Definitely giving me a new scenario for a good stop loss here. You can see a little bit more action. That might be all I'm going to get here. I'm going to go for this. Just quick scenario here. See what happens. Oh, not looking good. Couldn't get above it. Back at it again. Well, it definitely doesn't like getting above it now, so that's a better sign, but you can see something here. I think now we're just waiting for the breakdown. That might have been my chance to add there. I mean, it keeps getting up there over and over again. My risk is just getting tighter and tighter. Five minutes not bad. I mean, we're closing underneath. Underneath all these moving averages. The 20 is right here, about just underneath this. So if we do break down here, I'm going to start taking off. If it wants to touch that 91 and fail again. Nope, that might be it right here. Yeah, there it is. Trap trader scenario. If it wants to do that final test higher here and come right back underneath, but SPY's ripping up towards new high day. SPY's clearly trending up right now. I think I might just want to have to wait until I see some kind of reversal, because MU doesn't really seem to want to go anywhere. Just keeps getting stuck. don't know, just gotta wait. Okay, PCG is really interesting here. Pretty choppy all morning. SPY, this entire time SPY's been running straight up. SPY looks like it might be starting to curl and head lower here. I think PCG might be waiting for something like that to happen before it wants to start headed lower. Hidden seller here at 16. I'd like to see it pop above 20 and get stuff back under so I can get a good short position. But that 16 is really nice there. Yeah, I think 500 shares is good. Just been getting caught around VWAP here. Not huge volume here. Looks like this was the biggest two here. I'm going to close underneath. Back at that 16. I don't know, I like this setup here. I mean, this 20 has clearly been an issue. I'm going for this. I like it. SPY's getting ready to turn down, it looks like. I'd like to see a break underneath 19 before I start taking anything. The stop is going to be, yeah, 23 is about right. Volume dropping off here. I don't like that. Come on. Just broke out of the triangle here. Came back for a small retest, but now we're getting kind of caught up in here. See what happens. Bunch of buyers here at 19. Oh, there's gotta be hidden buyers here. So we're getting close. Gone. Take a little bit already. Good volume on this push here. I want to hold on to this one. SPY's curling up. If we make another low here, take some more. Looks like 86. But this volume is good here, so I wanna make sure I got this one. Stop will be above 16 now for sure. Go 18. Big sellers. I like to see the red numbers. Big red numbers, that's what I want to see. Higher time frames look great on this one. Only concern obviously is the circuit breaker. Circuit breaker in the market itself. SPY's curling, pushing back up. It's SPY's curling up towards high a day again, but on really low volume. So I'm thinking we might get a failure here. Nope, definitely holding. Getting slow here. SPY's about to touch high day. And SPY just made a new high day. PCG doesn't care. So, I mean, you could kind of consider this a breakdown. Not really, though. Not the prettiest, not the fastest either. So yeah, 85 taking more. Sellers showing up. Always good. SPY failed to hold above new high day push. It's got 88. Liking these sellers here. That's definitely a good sign. Oh yeah, huge sellers here. Yeah, no reason to let this one go. Against me? No, I think I still need to stick with it. I clicked the button, but nothing happened. What was that? Maybe I missed it. I saw it, started grinding back up there. I mean, I could see it on the tape. People were buying it up. Now I gotta hold. And SPY just refuses to quit. Hidden seller here at 09. Huh. Well, I guess this is the pullback that I'm waiting to see. Higher time frame still looks great. I mean, the 9 is right on top of price here. Looks like the 9 is at 18. Yeah, well, that ain't helping too much anyway. But it is above. All the moving averages are above. But I don't like this volume here, though. That does bother me. If we get under 19 again and start failing, it might be time for me to get out of this. Hidden what? We're stepping down again. Alright, I need to be careful here. If we get under 85 and I see the same scenario, I just need to get all out. Oh, SPY's turning down here. Hopefully it helps. Good God, I do not like that volume. Still gotta hold. big red candle on the SPY here. It looks like we're gonna go lower. Keep seeing these big flashes of red. Oh man, look at that volume. Just don't like that. I am gonna move my stop up here. I'm gonna change it. Last I saw, I'll make it a close above VWAP. Or just a break above VWAP. Oh jeez. Might as well just have it in. Yeah, it looks like we're getting ready to break it. Wow, he must be too big. Can't get above him. Didn't break under 19 this time. So this time around, if we don't even touch 19, it might just be time to get out of this thing. I think I'm starting to see all the warning signs here. But I mean, it's still respecting it. You see lower high, lower high, lower high. That hidden seller is still there. Yeah, I think I just need to play off the hidden seller here. Let's see, we got to 11 there, we got to 9 here. I know he's definitely at 9. This trade's killing me. Bunch of things on my side, bunch of things against me here. All the green candles got the big volume bars, which I really don't like, but at the same time, I'm seeing all these big sellers appear everywhere, hidden sellers. We keep making lower highs here. One way or the other. I'm not even worried about VWAP anymore, I'm just worried about the hidden seller. Looks like he stepped down to 6 now. Oh, this trade's killing me. There it is. Oh well. Teeny win on that one. I don't know, I mean it looked good, just didn't get what I'm looking for. Yeah, there's plenty of shorts getting out on that candle. I don't know. Too many cases on the bull side for me to want to get back in on the short side. Okay, the last thing I'm going to look at for today is the SPY. It's getting... looks like it might be kind of trying to top out here. We just failed to make a new high. Made a little push lower here. I think I'm going to go for it right now. Stop is going to be above high a day here. Tick charts are also helping me as well. They're starting to downtrend. The tick readings aren't reaching as high as they once were. It's just a big daily spot, this 254 level. It just seems like we're not starting to hold above it here. So I'm only short 100 shares right now. I'd like to see it back to VWAP at least. Stop will be high a day to start with. But I don't know, I'm expecting to hold on to this one for a while, so I'll turn it back on when something happens. Okay, I think I'm starting to see some more things that I like in the SPY here. Ticky's failing to make new highs here. We just got some big volume coming in on these red bars. So I'm liking what we see. I'm wanting to add somewhere here. We'll see what happens on a little push up. Let's add a quick $100. Or we might just squeeze straight to high day. Let's see that I don't believe this volume. But if it touches high day, then it touches high day, I guess. I saw a big seller there. I'm going for this. I'm gonna have 200 again for stop at high day. Yeah, big seller there. That's not too much for the SPY though. Somebody could easily take that guy out. Yeah, see, this push that it's doing right here, I don't believe it, because we had this big red bars in the previous candles here, and then all of a sudden we get this big spike up on not even close to the same kind of volume. And at the same time, the tick charts here are failing to make these new highs. So tick is definitely always an indicator of the SPY, and in this case it kind of worked. So target is going to have to be a break underneath this, because we still got the 50 coming up here. I mean, the 5-minute 9 EMA hasn't really even come into play yet. So I'm going to have to be okay with just a quick move to move. So it looks like in the 70s I'm looking to take off. Alright, well, that's an interesting candle. Got big volume on it too. See what happens with it. The other FANG stocks, Apple for instance, is at low a day making new lows. So that'll definitely help this. I haven't looked at the Qs or anything. Yeah, that looks pretty bearish. Nah, it's pretty bullish. What am I looking at? DAI. Yeah, we're looking okay here. Alright, first contact with the 50. See what happens. A little bit of a bounce. That is fine. Okay, again, same situation. Something comes up. I'll turn it back. Okay, now I could be running into some issues here. Huge volume spike here. Failed to touch 80 again. Now we're starting to come back up, getting above these moving averages again. I'm debating if I want to switch my stop loss to high a day or at least below this, but I mean, if I'm switching it to this, I mean, what's another 4 cents? So I mean, I'm still in a situation where I need to stick with high a day as my stop loss. But if this move fails here, it can definitely be another situation to add into this. But I need to see a little bit more conviction here. Tick, again, not breaking the recent highs. I mean, just kind of tapping this here and still start a downtrend on the NYSE. So let's see what happens. I mean, SPY is downtrending, but I mean, just ever so slightly. Well, clearly overall, I mean, if anything, it's making a bull flag right now. Yeah, that's probably the only way to draw it. See what happens up here. Not what I want to see. Oh my god. Just gotta get out. Man, what the hell? Well, the volume. That was it. That's the warning sign. Alright, well, I need a minute, and I'm going to come back and do a recap. Alright, so, just quick recap. I don't know, I expected today to be not the greatest, but, I don't know, it's kind of ugly today, really. I mean, whenever I take these big breaks, I mean, I just know that whenever I come back, there's mistakes that I have to make to relearn to not make them again. I mean, there was definitely a couple situations here. You know, I took some B setups, some just not so great trades. Things just really, I don't know, it was a hard day. Just couldn't really get a grip on much, but I mean, I guess that's just part of the process of getting back into it. So, first trade, it took a Roku long for a gap and go. You know, consolidating, failed breakdown lower, started getting bought back up. Definitely a really solid trade there. I mean, kind of a trap trader. You know, if you're looking at it pre-market, you know, it's like a bull flag, failed breakdown, bought straight back up, plus a gap and go. Really just not that bad of a trade. So Roku was great. Facebook trade was the next one that I took. Again, the FANG stocks this morning were just really choppy, just not great price action, but like what I was seeing on Facebook. So right at the open, sold off, kind of getting stuck here on this 136.60-ish level. You can see it kind of consolidating in here, and then we started making a little bit of a lower high, or a higher low, and then we kind of broke out above this range here. Came right back underneath after we busted above, so the high of this was 137.39. So got another 39 over there, and then a 42 over here. So I mean, we kind of touched the top of this range, but overall, it was definitely enough for me to consider this a trap trader trade and take it short. So as it came back to view app here, tapped it once. I was just shorting in. Quickly though, just stopped out. I'm not sure what the SPY was doing at the time. So the SPY was actually popping up towards high day, so it definitely didn't help, that's for sure. I mean, that's the other big takeaway from today is just don't fight the market. Just be on the same side. Make sure all the trades are respecting everything else. You know, I don't want to be, unless it's super clear and obvious that no matter how strong the SPY is, this one stock won't go long, then in that case it's always to go short. But for these FANG stocks, I mean, almost always going to be influenced by the SPY. So I took a quick loss on Facebook there, and then Sage was definitely pushing it. This is where I started, at least my second one. The first one was decent. It definitely wasn't A+ because you know, we started closing underneath of the 9 here as 9 was getting above, but went for it anyway. I got a really good entry on it. I remember there was like a spread of $1 or something, and I just put mine just a penny above the 151 level. Got filled, took about $1.40 loss on it. I don't remember what my stop limit was. I know I had to make it big just to make sure that I'm getting out of the trade, but first trade that I took on it, I mean, you know, bullish open here, failed to make a new high, just coming back to view app, not really breaking underneath of anything. So the low of this was 150.43, 150.50, so that was 47. So I might have entered this as it broke underneath of that range and started coming back up a little bit here. So a little bit of a trap trader scenario here. But I have to rewatch the tape on that one. Either way, the first one wasn't the best, but it also wasn't the worst. This one, though, the second ad that I got on it, that definitely wasn't the best trade. That one took about $1 loss on it. I mean, it's just, you can just tell just by looking at it, it's just not the greatest at that point. I mean, you know, I saw this low volume candle bar here. I figured that something might be able to happen here. You know, it might get a squeeze back above. So I went for it. And I mean, it's just not terrible, but I mean, gotta be okay with the loss. Next trade was on MU. MU is pretty annoying. So MU, the SPY, so let's see. So this was at about 1050. So 1050, the SPY just on a tear, constantly making new high day pushes. Kept on going, but MU just wasn't doing it. MU kept making a lower high, higher low, and kept getting squeezed in this triangle in here. Not really too much there. Kind of a triangle here, I guess. You know, it broke out down underneath it. Decent volume. I mean, it's not the greatest, but again, you know, it's not the worst. I mean, it's nothing wrong with this trade. I mean, we came back, started consolidating underneath the VWAP here. So I mean, I got a really nice risk reward entry here. I mean, clear resistance above, causing problems. Just shorting it right underneath at this 87. Just pop back up and squeeze me out. But I mean, this isn't a bad trade. This MU is a pretty good trade. I would take that trade because no matter how strong the SPY is, if MU's not strong with it, well then, any chance that the SPY gets to start looking a little weak, you know, it's gonna help out on the MU trade. So that was a 50, and yeah, SPY just sitting towards high day. I mean, no real help there. So I mean, I guess again, not exactly A plus, just because of what the market's doing, and I'm trying to short while everything else is being long. But I don't know. I mean, MU was just telling me what it was telling me. But good risk management, getting a close stop loss, waiting for my entry. Not a bad trade. I'd do it again. PCG again. The SPY's ripping up, making new high days. PCG just none of that. You saw those break it down out of the triangle. Started getting stuck around here, really. But broke underneath. Could see that it had a nice little range in here. I wanted to see it come back to view app, see what it did. Did that. Saw that there was some hidden sellers here. Got underneath it, and that was the end of it. I just took a short. 500 shares again, stop loss. I think I originally kept it at this 22, 23-ish. So only about 14, 15 cents. Made a little break underneath 19. I took a little bit off. Went under again. In this case, I wanted to buy all, as I saw that I think it was some hidden seller somewhere. I can't remember. I wanted to buy all. I must have clicked here or something and just missed it. But I wanted to cover as it started squeezing back up, but I didn't get out, so I ended up holding on. I mean, the warning signs are all there, Big green volume. This only confirms that it might not want to go lower. We failed to even touch 19 in this case. Volume spike here on the green bar. A little bit of a kind of a pullback again, I guess. I mean, the reasons are here. So I ended up only taking a penny loss on it, so I super tiny win on it. But again, that probably should have been a $40 winner here. Just another one of those warning sign scenarios. But I respected the levels. Waited to see what would happen. Just the way it is. And then the last trade that I took on the SPY here. So this is a very big daily level. This just come back here. This 253.40-ish, and then just coming up to 254. So we started. If anything, I think I should have looked at this for the long instead of trying to catch the top on this, because clearly we got above those levels on the daily, and yeah, it might show some topping out action, but at the same time, we're also holding above this key level. Like, this is from the 40s down here to about this 54. We're not failing here, so I think if anything, it would have been a better long snare. I mean, this was the clear indication that it was ready to go higher. I mean, just looking at it now, you can just see it. I mean, a huge volume spike on this green candle. Kind of getting some capitulation volume here right now. This huge volume was just the indicator. I mean, we failed to break underneath this 80 again. And then another higher low here, kind of starting to trend upwards again, regardless of what Tick's doing. I mean, what the SPY itself is doing is the most important. I mean, Tick was telling me it was kind of bearish, but at the same time, the SPY is just doing what the SPY is doing. I mean, once we broke above this 11 here, I mean, just a huge squeeze here. I was trying to get out at 35. I took an extra 25-cent loss on this thing, just about. Ended up being a $100 loss when, I mean, probably could have been a small win. I think after this in here, we started closing above. That might have been just it, where I just needed to get out. I mean, the signs are all there, so I don't know. Not a great first day of the year, whatever. Really not that big a deal. I remember last year was kind of the same situation. I came back from a little vacation trip or whatever and took some time off. It'll take some time to get back into it, I guess. But plenty of review to do again. Same old, just fill in the stats, type up the report, make some screenshots, and that'll just be the end of it. So just going to call it where it's at today. Just need to make sure that I'm respecting what I'm seeing. Nothing wrong with small winners if, the price action is telling me to take the small winner. So just the way it is. I'll leave it at that. I'll be back tomorrow.